Hey
Hey,
guys.
what's up, everyone?
Hey, what's
We're
going on?
late.
We're late. CP time. You know the
Wow.
vibe. Welcome back to another episode of MelBee Tea and a Cup of Joe. It's Sunday, 6:15, but we still here for you.
See me through.
So what's up, guys? How was your weekend? Joe, Mel?
Good.
Um,
What
Good.
about you, Joe?
my weekend was pretty cool. Just really can't really go too much anywhere. Went to a little Mexican restaurant.
You always going places,
You
so
gonna find a will and a way.
Hey, I've been in the house for 2 weeks quarantine, so I definitely need to get out for a
has it
little.
really been 2 weeks already?
It's been past 2 weeks, but I've still been like slowly
You
trying to
know,
get
like
out.
10 days.
Yeah, before they decide to lock the states back down, so I get back out. How was your weekend, Mel?
Let's talk about Bee's weekend because she's always doing exciting things.
Oh
You just
yeah,
my
yeah.
word for last.
I did. I went fishing for the first time yesterday, and it was fun. It was really, it was fun. It was a long day. We managed to catch 17 porgies. I think I caught three, and I caught a sea robin, which I threw back. My daughter caught, I think, about four, and my son caught about three as well. But yeah, it was cool.
That's what's up. Was that like a Far Rockaway?
It actually left from the Bronx,
Okay.
and then went up to Connecticut. So
That's a little trip. And that was on your personal yacht, right?
my personal yacht, I brought her out, and we sailed across the ocean. No, we actually rented. It was like a fishing trip. Yeah. So
The pictures, they was dope.
yeah, it was definitely cool. So we'll be eating fish for the next couple of days. So
So what kind of fish did y'all catch?
porgies. We caught porgies.
Oh.
Did you keep them or you throw them back in?
The only things that we threw back in were the sea robins. You can't even eat those. So the porgies, they're in my refrigerator, ready to be fried. So after the podcast, I'll be in here frying some porgies.
Mhm.
So,
So, all
I
right.
don't think I've ever had that.
porgies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like chicken or fish.
The chicken of the sea.
What about you, Mel? The elusive Mel?
I did some nice relaxation. That's it. Yeah, I work so much. Like on Saturday, I just be wanting to like be comatose, just like laying on the couch like a potato. I don't feel like doing anything when I'm off.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need those days just to be a couch potato. And don't feel guilty about it because I know I feel guilty a lot of times. Like, oh my God, I'm just laying here, but your body needs that. So, shout out to you.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Looking at life. Winters or fall's gonna be coming soon, so it's gonna be that cuddle time.
Ooh.
In no time. Next thing you know, you're gonna be getting a uptick in flowers, maybe a couple of stalkers knocking at the door, all that good stuff. The cable guy might come back.
Rearrange those wires.
I need the cable guy and the plumber.
All right. You had outstanding customer service from last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you give a 5-star rating on Yelp.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
So once again, we are sponsored by Dr. Edmonds Credit Repair.
Yes.
And,
Edmund, he has a credit repair service. So if anyone is looking for it, we will supply the information.
At the end of the live.
At the end of the live, yes, he has a show every Monday morning at 8 a.m. and it discusses credit repair. We'll also include the link to that. I tuned in on Monday, and I'm going to tell you right now, I learned a couple of things, and it's good information. You know, repairing your credit is always good information. So shout out to our sponsor, Mr. Dr. Edmund Gary. And yeah, we will definitely put his information at the end of the live. So click on that and enjoy. And remember to bring a paper and pen. I'm old school. I have to take notes, but he gives a lot of good information. So shout out to him.
Absolutely. And then, also remember that he's on multiple streams, not just on the radio. He's also available on iTunes, his Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Podbean. So there's multiple ways you can, if you don't have the chance, and YouTube as well. If you don't have a chance to catch him on his live radio show, then just catch him on one of those social media outlets.
Yes.
What are we talking about today, Joe?
What's today's topic? Let's get into the topic, honey.
Yes.
Okay. Well, before we get into the topic, as y'all can see, we love our supporters. So it'll be dope for y'all to support us. If y'all got a chance to, feel free to send us anything through Cash App. Right there on the scrolling at the bottom. We
Cash App, MelBee Joe.
Yeah,
MelBee Joe.
Yeah. Absolutely. So definitely, feel free to show support. We definitely love our fans. We definitely love our supporters and everybody that's just trying to put us out there and try to take this to another level. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because we rising, baby.
Right.
And also your support by sharing our podcast, listening in, sending us messages, comments. If you're interested in promotion, you promote different businesses. So hit us up. We're here for you. We're here for it.
Yes.
So today's topic is the microwave culture, which is what we're living in right now.
Pop, pop, pop.
What's the microwave culture, Joe? Tell our listeners, because me and B was like,
It did it in sequence. That's what's up. The microwave culture right now is definitely what we're living in, just in case you didn't know. It's all about instant gratification. Everybody wants things right now, instantly.
ASAP.
There's no waiting, there's no patience, there's nothing. That's what the culture we're living in right now. So this is gonna be real interesting, and is it destroying us? Because there's a lot of there's a few. When I thought about it, it's not a lot of positives to it. You know what I'm saying? Very few positives to it, actually, but so there's plenty of negatives, and I think it could be setting us back as people. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you think? What's some negatives that you could throw? Actually, we already know the negative.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the positive. Yeah. What do you think is positive about this whole microwave instant gratification culture we in?
Right.
Because it's for the obvious reason, instant gratification.
Well, what's wrong with it, Joe?
Well, pretty much, I think some of the positives are like, with if you got a talent out there, you undiscovered, like the kid that did that TikTok video, and he was trying to put it out there for the movie producers, and he did all those little TikTok skits of going from Spider-Man to Ben 10. And he had it set in his mind that he was trying to attract the producers and the movie industry, and it went viral. So, he instantly got the recognition that he was looking for. So, I think that's pretty positive in a sense. And a lot of people tend to do that too. If you want to get somebody to notice you, and if you do it correctly, or you do it where it's attracting people and attracting a lot of attention, where people are willing to share it and put it out there, then you become an overnight celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty positive compared to back in the day. You probably have to go through the right channels and the right people. It might take you months or years.
Yeah, to call somebody on a rotary phone with circle to go around.
No, it could take you a long time just to get seen, get heard, get your name
You
out.
had to wait for them to leave a message on the answering machine.
On the internet with the phone, the dial-up.
Right. So what do y'all think? I know we could easily list the negatives in which we're gonna go over too. But how about y'all? Do you have any positives you think outside of what I just mentioned?
Fast money is always good. Everybody likes fast money.
You get sponsored.
Getting food quicker. I feel like with the instant gratification, you have to kind of work quicker and you can't slack because there's no reward in that. Just like us with the podcast, like, you have to deliver every Sunday, same time, same place, because we're instantly live. There's no pre-recording. There's no time to like go back and edit. So, I mean, that can definitely be a positive because you get the raw deal. There's no hiding.
Right. Yeah, we make all the mistakes. There's no redos. We do everything as is.
Yeah.
Live. How about you, man?
So if we messed up, like it's on. We live. Like it ain't nothing to do about it. I mean, I agree. Well, of course, I'm going to agree because we're talking about the positives. But I think like the whole instant gratification thing, like, the internet makes you smarter. You could be having a conversation or argument with somebody and you could be like, no, that's wrong. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm going to Google it.
It's wrong. And you go Google and instantly, like before you had to go to the library, you'd be like, all right, I'm going to get back to you.
Back in 7 days.
Right.
You had to go actually read. Like now you can kind of like find things really quick. With the whole like pandemic situation, like the kids are out of school. Well, they are in the South. Like I don't know about up north.
Yeah.
You guys haven't started school yet, but my kids my son is starting this week. So having access to the internet, having access to classes and information and being able to take tests or even like register to vote, DMV stuff. Like I think I registered my car this year online. So high-speed internet, microwave culture, like I think it goes hand in hand. Like the faster our internet is, the more information we're gonna need, faster and quicker.
Process faster, yeah. And there's proof in that because you just upgraded your internet. So then it's been amazing since then.
Yeah, now y'all see me, I'm not glitching.
So that's pretty cool.
John. She was a real person. She was not a robot.
And then I think another good positive is still like when you was mentioning about information, like in the barbershops, boy, we be having our sports debates. So let me pull it up let me go ahead and Google it. The Knicks was in the championship in 2001. They were like, what? Get the hell out of here. Right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's funny. Now people don't even trust your memory. They just like, nah, you got to Google that.
Yeah, don't always listen to Google because Google's not always right. So.
Right.
And of course, another thing that is instant gratification is, I guess, in a sexual experience. If somebody's down to give you instant gratification, like
OnlyFans.
Pay $1 to your tip.
Hey, what they say?
Look, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was on that website Friday. Like I'm trying to see how much they pay.
Just to curl around as like a dog.
I might set up an OnlyFans for my elbow and my toe.
I was like,
I'm saying, listen, you gotta have more than one bag in today's society, and that's another part
of gratification. So we can jump right on into the negatives.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say this is positive, right?
Exactly.
You could get money quicker now. You know what I'm saying with the internet.
Yeah, that's that.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's different ways, so many different ways to make money. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to be careful because you don't want to get scammed. But there's a lot of different ways to make money using the internet. So that's a good way for a positive.
Right.
The instant gratification.
So, of course, we're gonna freestyle and go on these negatives. A lot of snitching on yourself.
Like I'm happy there wasn't internet in my teens, like no evidence, no proof,
right?
No proof whatsoever.
Like all these platforms where we're constantly sharing everything, sharing our location, people tagging you in unnecessary things, because I had to turn that off. Where people tag you and stuff, and you're like, you know.
Right. He was on a yacht when you were you supposed to be at the crib. You told me he was at the house.
Exactly. Now like, we paying you too much. You got money for a yacht?
Right. Yeah. So and then definitely like because normally in a normal situation you would not normally self-incriminate yourself, but some people are just so addicted to this. Oh, I'm gonna get likes and I'm gonna get some clout. I'm going to post this because this, and you think it to you, and other people on the outside looking in, like, are you really like telling on yourself, like for real, for some likes, for people that don't really even like you, like that? They just liking, they laughing at you because of the fact that you dumb enough to do something to post, self-incriminate yourself or every little thing possible. The endorphins running in your head, like I gotta get these likes, I gotta get these likes, I gotta get these likes.
We call them endorphins. That's a new
word. I know what he meant, but
endorphins. Hold on, Joe.
Yep, Google it.
Google, what is endorphin? As per Google, endorphin means doesn't mean shit. No, but that's we know what you meant. But,
we know what you meant.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But yeah, there's a lot of negatives to instant gratification. I noticed it with my children. They want things at a click of a button. They expect it to be there. Like even with Amazon with the 1-day shipping, it's like, damn. Sometimes they have like 6.
Like, I need it here in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
a day is too long.
to a point where they was talking about making airships where they could just drop it off through a drone, and they probably still are working on that.
Of course they work on it because this is the time of instant gratification, and definitely giving everyone anxiety. Because just think about it, like you instantly want things done, and if you can't get it done when you want it, it's going to build up anxiety. So to me, I would love for things to go back kind of to the old school and slow down just a little bit, because it's kind of scary, like especially with my children. Like they do things at a click of a button. The microwave, like literally microwaving food. What happened to like actually reheating your meat in the oven and putting love into the meal?
Right, where it was safer.
It better have been put in the first time it was made. When you warming it up,
but when you warming it up in the microwave, it's still like a lot of radiation. It's just like
it don't even taste the same when you compare it to the oven. Like, I tell my kids all the time, they be like, I don't want to wait. Like, once you put it in the oven, I don't want to wait.
Exactly, that's gratification. Just like these relationships, people want instant gratification, whether it's sex on the first night or after the first 2 meals, or if they want to get married within a month. They're rushing things, and I feel like things are not lasting.
Right. Yeah. What about you, Mel?
I think some of the negatives I can definitely speak on the relationship part. Like I feel like, especially with online dating and just the internet in general, like men are just, that's all they're thinking about. Like they kind of won't even look at your profile unless you got like ass hanging out, titties hanging out, whatever. And then even if you could have like a regular picture up, they're still gonna be like hitting you up trying to get sex. And then at the same time, it's hard for women that are just trying to like really find a guy and like weed out, the creeps or whatever, because men, they could just go on Instagram, and watch twerk videos for free, and not have any type of connection with a woman, you know, they could just go and look for sex, like Pornhub, whatever. Like, I feel like men are led by sex, and that's why I say, you know, it's harder, because with women, we're more like, we want the conversation, we want the chemistry, we want this and this and that. Guys is like, oh, she look clean, like, you know.
I don't even think they care if she looks clean.
Right. You know, like,
she has a heartbeat. She's over the age of 18.
Yeah. She got.
I give some of y'all credit. Not all of y'all are like creeps like that. But go ahead.
She got a few holes.
Like, some guys aren't creeps, you know. Some of them are like picky and choosy, like Joe. You know, Joe over here is like super picky, but a lot of men aren't. You know, let's be honest. Like, a lot of men aren't that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're looking for someone that's going to give them what they want quicker.
And I think the biggest thing too, tipping off of the relationship tip, is I actually spoke to somebody about this not too long ago, how she kept saying when she was on, you know, she's meeting people on dating sites, and they usually typically like, all right, come meet me at the house. That's the first date. I mean, you know, so I'm like,
ID channel to know.
Like, Netflix and chill.
I mean, I guess that's an upgrade, because there's a lot of dudes that don't have their own place, so people look at it like that. But no, I'm just saying, all right, so pretty much, and I was explaining to her, I was like, and she was like, I don't understand why things are like that. Like, when do guys just started just doing this? And I was like, well, you know, the pandemic made it a little bit easier, because now you don't have any place to really meet at. I mean, you can go to the park and stuff like that, but when they closed it all, everything was shut down. And that was the perfect time for guys that was like, okay, cool. It's going to be your place or mine. But now, you know, things are open and they still kind of on that thing, you know what I'm saying? And then I think, so pretty much I was just telling her, I was like, well, you know, because she's like old school, want to go on a date, all that good stuff. And I'm just like, well, it's an instant gratification kind of time period for dating, because believe it or not, women are allowing it to happen, because they're saying, you know, the men can't just be like, okay, we're just going to do this and then it's going to work. Women keep allowing it to happen and don't set the standard to be like, okay, I require you to take me out on a date first.
And I just want to speak on that real quick. I feel like women for a long time, it's changing now, but I feel like for a long time women were very worried about what men thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I say that's changing now, because women have become more outspoken, and we're finding our voices and saying like, okay, well, if this is how I want to wear my hair, I'm going to wear it. Like, I don't care how a guy feels about it. Or if I only want to go to this restaurant, I don't want to go to his house for Netflix and chill. Like, I'm not going to care what a guy has to say about it, because that's my standard. Yeah. And, you know, I feel like if more women were more outspoken about what they wanted and what wasn't good enough for them, what they felt like was unacceptable, men, y'all would have no choice but to raise to the occasion, or to rise to the occasion and say, you know what, I'm not getting any women by inviting them to my house. Like, nobody wants to come to my house anymore. I guess I got to get my money up so I can afford to take them out to eat. Or, you know, maybe I need to be a little bit more creative and find, you know, different ideas of dates that I can take them on that aren't going to hurt my pockets, but I know that she's not going to come to my house. So I got to step my game up. Like, I feel like I agree, Joe. I was saying all that to agree. I feel like women, we can combat the instant gratification by being strong and, you know, outspoken with our standards.
Yeah, boundaries, and like you said, hiring our standards.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I feel like there's a lot of women that I speak to that they want that instant gratification. So they're down for Netflix and chill. And we're definitely moving into a culture of, I just want to get my shit off. I don't even want the relationship. I don't want the marriage. So it's like you said, Mel and Joe, we set the tone, and a lot of women are falling right in line with that instant gratification. And I got more bodies under my belt. Like, they're okay with their sexuality. And if that's what you want, you know, so be it. But also know that there's women out there that do have standards and boundaries, and you're not going to get that same energy all the time. So you just gotta pick and choose which ones are ready for whatever, Netflixing and chilling, and the ones that actually want to build something.
And I actually think
I want to say I also feel like you can know what you want, like sexually, and still have standards. Like you might say, okay, I want to just meet somebody, just like B said, just for the night or whatever. But you get to his house and he got a mattress on the floor. It's like I gotta go.
yeah,
So it's like just because a woman, no is outgoing sexually and knows what she wants doesn't mean that she doesn't have standards. But at the same time, just because a woman doesn't want to come to your house doesn't mean that she's a prude either. Like it doesn't mean that he ain't down for whatever either. So it's like you can't really judge a book by their cover.
right. And I think that it's really hurting the dating scene, because I know a lot of women tend to say that they have trouble finding men or really good men, and this is going to hurt it even more because even the good men are getting sucked into the instant gratification. So when they be like, "Oh, it's just that easy. I ain't gotta take her out nowhere and spend no money," and okay, all I gotta say is I got a crib, I got a nice house, cool, and I got a car, cool. That's it.
And sometimes they don't even be having that. Like,
I mean, hey, I even heard of a story where this one of my friends, she was dating a guy. He had a whole girlfriend she didn't know about. Brought her to the same building that him and the girlfriend lived in, but he reserved a guest apartment and brought her there as like playing it like, oh, this is my spot right here. And she saw all the
just
little. Like I said, that's creative. You went and talked
Creative,
to
like you just went to
a hotel.
yeah.
Why go to the same building like where you live at with your girlfriend?
Can't deal with
Because
this.
you know what you did. The reason why that happened is she asked the right question, like, "How come I never go onto your place?" He was like, "Oh, you know what? It's no problem. Let's go ahead. You come on."
Oh, so he was trying to manipulate the situation, like making it seem like he lived in that apartment.
Yeah, exactly. And then she saw all the generic pictures on the wall, and she was like, "Hold up, this
Well,
don't
it
look
had
right."
like white people, white
Yeah,
family,
exactly. I was like, "Yeah,
the original frame from Home Goods.
exactly."
Not even from Dollar
It was too clean. It was just too deep. Right. And then so pretty much what it's doing is it's definitely hurting. With guys talking to women on the street, like it's like you can't. I could just go and plenty of fish, black people meet, whatever the case may be, and just talk to you through there. I ain't got to talk to you in the street now. You know what I'm saying? So dudes don't be having game anymore. And then then on top of that, if they start meeting women that require them to have some kind of standard, they be feeling some kind of way like, oh, I require, I would like us to go out on a date. And they be like, oh, this bitch want to just go ahead and get a free meal. You know what I'm saying? And then, instead of looking at it like, okay, that's a courting process. And and they'll just start
And
ghosting.
I feel like that's the problem too. Like I feel like women, we shouldn't have to be saying you gotta take me out on a date.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and I feel like you kind of expose that because like there's a lot of men that are used to just inviting a girl over or whatever. They have like no intentions of even taking her anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, if I was to encounter a guy like this and we texting, and after like 2 or 3 days, he doesn't mention taking me out or us, going somewhere, I'm looking at that as him not being interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at him like, okay, so I'm not gonna ask him. So when you want to take me out, like.
I don't even wait for 3 days. I say 2 is like if I'm really, really feeling you, I'll give you 2 days. But
Yeah, I feel like 3 days is like,
yeah, like if you're really feeling dude and you feel like okay, there's potential, but our schedules are like whatever. But
I think that's kind of
in a couple of minutes of you meeting a girl, Joe, like, oh, I like her, I want to take her out. That's the first thing you want to meet. And when I say taking you out, it could be a stroll in the park. It could be a cup of coffee. It could just be, hey, let's just meet up. Not the pre-dating thing, but just to actually get to feel that person's energy in real life.
Mm-hmm. I think that can be tricky because sometimes if you in 2 days, some people feel like that's too soon. We
We're talking on the phone back and forth for 2 days, and
I've been through the experience. I've been dating for 4 years, and I know like if you just gotta gauge it
four long years.
Maybe that's why you still single, cause
What's the tea, Joe? What's the tea? Like what? It's been 4 years that you've been dating.
I mean, I had situationships, of course, and then like I said, things that almost transpired.
So how long does it take you to invite somebody? Like, say you texting somebody back and forth, you meet them on a dating app, right? How long does it take for you to say,
can I get your number?
After you already have it in your mind, I like this person, I want to chill with them, I want to be around them. When do you voice that you want to take them out? How long? How long does it take?
It varies from person to person, because even like on date apps, if you having a good conversation through just messaging each other, like 5-6 messages, they'll be like, it's either too soon that you're asking for my number, or we need to talk, or it's too, or you're talking too much. And I'm like, what? So you just can't gauge it. It's everybody's really just different. And then
everybody's different, but like
it's that, but it's to that extreme. Like you can't be like, okay, I got a standard. Like, okay, cool. After 3 days, I'm gonna go ahead and ask if we go out. Okay. Some people be like, yeah, you kind of thirsty because it's only been 3 days. But then the other way around, it'd be like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta gauge the person. That's why you gotta keep talking, and you gotta gauge. So
I guess this fits perfectly into our topic because it does have a little bit to do with the instant gratification. I feel like we on a dating website for if we're not gonna meet up and try to pursue a relationship. So if I'm going to see you back and forth for 2 or 3 days texting, and you're not setting at least a date saying I want to see you in a week, this is how it ends, then to me it's a no-go. And I feel like you're just stringing me along.
And then also too, I think just getting off the dating topic real quick, it's also a problem with people who
it's always about dating.
Always, everything.
It's easy. So I was just trying to be all right. I'm challenging myself because I caught myself learning how. I'm challenging myself to be people that I don't necessarily agree with all things about. That could be a challenge too, because usually when you run into people and you say one thing they disagree with you about, it's a wrap. They ghosting you. They don't want to talk to you. They call you all kinds of names. But you got to learn how to be with friends and be good with learning how to be friends with people that have differences outside of what you believe. Because that's a big thing that's changing now. Because as soon as you say something wrong, oh man, I ain't fucking with them. I ain't dealing with them. Hell no, they on some other bullshit. So like, I ran into this one chick. I tried my best. I hung in there for like 2-3 days.
Did you just 2 days or 2 weeks?
The conversation was cool, and then she started talking.
I'm done.
She was a Republican, and I was like, all right, cool, no problem. You're gonna vote for Trump this year? Yes, I am. Cool. I have another friend that voted for Trump, and she's a sister, and I'm like, okay. I always tease her about that all the time, but we have our differences, but I'm still cool with her because I'm cool with having this difference. This one though, she was a little more like an extremist. Like everything was a leftist lie and a leftist lie. She was like, if you eat, I was like, yeah, about eating meat. I was like, do you eat meat? And she was like, yeah. She said, but I do a little vegan too. But she said, but yeah, that's another leftist lie about how if you eat meat, it's not good for you. You should become a vegan and blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, if I pee on the seat the wrong way, it's a leftist lie too. But
she was just very opinionated.
She's very opinionated, very strong, very, very opinionated, and it made it hard to have a conversation because everything she didn't agree with, it was something leftist.
But I feel like that goes the same for like people that are super religious.
Yeah, yeah. And I have one of those too. Like me and her are on 2 different pages, but I've learned to tolerate her and her differences, and we always laugh about it and be like, hey,
this song is killing me.
You're gonna believe what you're gonna believe. I'm gonna believe what
He is like,
yeah, I see that.
I'm trying to move it like, how low can you go? Go ahead, Joe. I'm listening.
Yeah, so it was pretty extreme. So she was just the one that what happened?
The strap. All I need is a ball.
BDSM life.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's not.
It's better. It's going.
I know. I'm watching the clouds go by.
Yeah, it's clearing that out for you.
I let it rain. I clear it out. I let it rain. I clear it out.
So yeah, unfortunately she didn't make the cut because it was just too much for me. Because I was like,
you hear this beat? She didn't make the cut. Like America's Next Top
Bachelor
for Joe's boudoir.
Exactly. I definitely feel you, Joe. I understand what you're saying, but. Speaking of instant gratification, I just kind of want to move away from the relationships and dating. Okay. I want to touch into like mental health because a lot of us, especially women, with this whole getting your body done, women are 300 pounds okay by next Friday. They have that instant body, instant snapback, have a baby, your body is back to normal, or even better 2 months later. So that instant gratification can definitely play on your mental health, your self-esteem, because that's the culture right now. No one is going to the gym really like that. No one is eating healthy like that. Getting results.
Yes, we are. Okay.
We are.
Like, let's make that clear.
We are. There's still a lot of people that are eating and, exercising. However, society, social media, the media, music videos, these women are like, everybody got a flat stomach, fat ass, and nice titties. Because, it's easier to get that body done than to put the work in. So for people that, like myself, and Mel, and a lot of other women I know, and men who work out, eat right, and we're still, after 15 years, we're still trying to get our body back after having a baby.
Lose that 20 pounds.
It definitely plays on your mental with the instant bodies that are out there, that instant gratification body, however you want to word it. So it does play with our mental health also.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll just to add to what B is saying, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen that meme floating around where it says like, don't let the internet rush you with achieving your goals. Like it's okay to get married after 30 or have kids after 30.
Even buy
a house after 40. Like a lot of people have mental health issues already, right? And then it kind of accelerated when they look at social media and they see people doing things that, not to discredit people's achievements, because a lot of the times people are achieving things and they are doing good things. But then there's a lot of people that, just doing things for likes. They have showing off this extravagant lifestyle, and it causes you to like look at your own self like, damn, like I'm not doing nothing with my life. Almost like that guy in the 2000s, that commercial. You ain't doing nothing. Get off the couch. Remember that the college guy?
Right.
So it's like, it's a comparison is like the biggest thief of joy, pretty much. Like having numerous social media accounts on different platforms and like scrolling through and seeing people and comparing yourself to them is always gonna, like, if you're not secure within yourself and if you're not working on things that you're happy with, you're gonna feel a way. Like you're gonna feel some type of way, like, dang, my life is not things are not happening as fast for me as they are for other people. But you really don't know the struggle. Like you don't know, like when this podcast blow up, people gonna be like, oh, it was like overnight success, whatever. But they don't know how we be grinding on this podcast, like how we be being on Joe nerve, texting him at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like, you got a deadline.
Yeah. I told you we're gonna have our own unsung for this podcast. Like,
I'm gonna be sitting on my phone like.
So he
It's a long time for me to get to this place.
so he was like, so Joe, did you ever feel like that your co-host was getting on your nerves? I'm like, getting on my nerves? That's ludicrous.
You're like, you're gonna watch this, so I have to watch what I say.
But yeah, and also on the psychological level, like with my daughter, she who is out here wearing hoodies and jackets because she don't want nobody to see her arms. Like, what's wrong with you? What are you talking about? So something on social media she's seen, and I'm starting to see a trend where more and more girls out here at 95-degree weather wearing hoodies and jackets so their arms can't be shown. I'm like, nobody looking at your arms? Like, I don't know. That's something that they've been watching.
And that's the crazy thing is like the internet is so big. You know, it's so large. We have no idea like what our kids are seeing. You know, that's why we have to like communicate with them and try to like talk to them. But the internet kind of shapes, you know, your psyche. It kind of like, regardless of you, if you feel like it's, you know, affecting you or not, it is. You know, telling you what you gotta look like, what you gotta wear. Oh, like this person's a gold digger. This person, you know, is a pick me. This person, it's like so many different things that's going in. And it's like, if you don't have a true identity, like if you don't know, if you're not secure with who you are, you could be so like malleable, like so like, what's the word? Impressionable, like they don't really have a secured, you know, identity yet. So that's dangerous.
And then also too, like even with my daughter, she enjoys watching people eat ice on YouTube. It's like, what's wrong with you? She just literally has videos after videos after videos of watching.
That's like it's called ASMR.
Yeah, a phobia. It's developing little phobias. And then another friend of mine said her daughter they enjoy watching waffles falling. I was like, waffles falling on the floor? Yeah.
My daughter's in that stage, Joe. Don't worry.
I was like, wow. Like
constantly smashing stuff or dropping stuff, breaking glass, like repetitive. And
my daughter, my 5-year-old, watches other kids play with toys. Mm-hmm. She watches like there's this guy on YouTube that puts stuff under a tire and he like rolls over it and crunches it. She watches that. Like
it shows it doesn't take much to get us entertained.
Right.
Next thing you know, Dangling Keys is gonna be back. And then we're gonna all be like, wow, that's amazing. Probably YouTube right there, just dangle keys and see how many people view it.
Mad followers.
It's true, and it's scary for us because we're used to going outside, getting dirty, skating, doing whatever the hell we did, doing missions, hot peas and butter. We did that. We were active children. So to watch our kids sit there like this all day, they're gonna have like a permanent hump in your neck. Okay, the chiropractor is going to be, if anybody's interested in a field in the next 20 years, become a chiropractor, because all these children, everyone, even us, we're all like this constantly. And it's scary, but this is what we have moved into, and we have to get with the time. You know, people are like, oh, take the phone away. That's like taking crack from a crackhead. These kids will go buck wild. So it's like, whatever, you got your phone, there's not going on outside, we're quarantined, and so it's kind of like, this is what life is right now. So
actually it's worse than crack, because you take that stuff away, boy, they get
take away the Wi-Fi. And you take away the Wi-Fi, that's it. Like they're gonna turn into zombies and mass murderers.
Yeah, right. And they manic depressants. You know, they just be losing their mind. Like you for real, it's just a tablet, just a game. Like,
in the sadness, it all goes back to that. Whatever they're doing on their phone is giving them. And remember when we watched the movie back in the days, we had to like wait. You know what I'm saying? Wait till the movie came out. It was like 1 or 2 movies in the movie theater. Wait for it to come out on VHS. Wait for someone to return it to Blockbusters to rent the shit. It was all about waiting. But in the time that we waited, we were creative. We thought of things. We read books. We rode bikes. We did things to fill the time. These kids do nothing to fill the time. If it's not there in the face, then it's obsolete to them. They move on to the next thing. So
Yeah,
is that
like my son,
ADHD?
Yeah,
my
man.
son literally had attitude like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm starting school Thursday. And it's like, dude,
You
you're
in the house
quarantine.
for 5 years.
Right.
You better
You're quarantine since March. Like you literally have not like left the house. Like I took him to go get a haircut, like he was going back to school for real. But it's like he doesn't go anywhere. He's on his laptop, he's on PS4, he's on watching TV. And it's like, okay, you getting ready to start school. You just not gonna be able to stay on your game until 4 o'clock in the morning. Now you have to have an actual schedule. Like, I don't know. These kids are just addicted to electronics and everything.
Even I've fallen into the trap of if it's a show that I can't binge watch, I just don't really want to deal with it because I want to see the whole thing, like my Stranger Things and all my other. Just like I'm watching The Shy now, I waited intentionally not to watch The Shy. And so I can binge watch it all the way to the point where it's caught up. Now I'm over here waiting every Sunday. Like,
what network is that on?
it's on Showtime.
Yeah. I'm gonna start watching that. I've been watching Shameless. I'm on season 2, episode 1. There's 10 seasons, like 12 episodes per season. I'm gonna be stuck in the house for a minute, but like you said, Joe, that is scary to me. It really is because I haven't been in a relationship. I know we go back to relationships. I haven't been in a relationship for a long time, and that instant gratification, how you text a guy and you're like waiting and you're like waiting and you're like, he doesn't like me. He doesn't like because you want
That's why you don't text guys.
Well, whatever. You know, you have to have some type of dialogue.
I know. But they don't appreciate it.
The right one will appreciate it. That's the thing. That's when you can wean out. Like I have a couple of good guys, and the right one will appreciate it. So it's easy to like wean out like the Joes who want you to wait a week before they take you out. Joe is a good guy, but he takes the time.
I gotta feel you out before I be like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing.
What you trying to feel?
You want to feel her out. You want to see angles. It can't be just a face pic. He wants to see face, breast, stomach, ass. So that's what
I promise you, I'm not that shallow. Not that.
No, we just tease you, Joe, because you're the only guy on the show.
I know that's cool. That's cool with me. I like it. I like all the attention. Yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, I guess for ourselves, we have to, especially since we came from a different generation, I think we will have to, and even myself, have to be mindful of the things we do and try not to fall into the pitfalls of instant gratification. Because, like I said, I see myself doing certain things that wouldn't normally bother me, like waiting on my package for Amazon 2 days. 2 days, nigga, that's too long.
Right, we used to have to wait like 7 days, no tracking number.
7 days, boy. That's just like I might as well not.
You're calling Amazon like I want a refund. Like, you don't even need like trash bags, and meanwhile you got 100 underneath the sink.
Right, right at
in the summer. Where's my winter coat? It's fucking August. Like pipe down.
Man, so yeah, but for the most part, I think and then I think it's more of trying to. I think the biggest thing I could do is just help shape my kids in learning patience, because they are the ones that are really going to have to deal with this, and technology is only going to get better. And then next thing you know, it's virtual reality. So when you go virtual reality, I can only imagine how that's going to be. We probably might
give me the 8-track and the antenna. I'm very old school. I'm not for it. I feel like it's just destroying us as people. Less social interactions. I'm not feeling it. But I did think about what you said, Joe. Like what you said, Joe. I thought about like how our kids are gonna deal with it. Think about it. The people that's gonna hire our children out there are the same instant gratification kids anyway. So they'll just mesh together and just be working like little crackheads, just mad quick and so they'll be fine. They're the new generation. So
yeah, and then the thing about it is too, like I guess they're gonna start doing interviews through video now. Probably just email your video interview. I mean, that might be dope too, because that takes away some anxieties. But I think as a human being, we as human beings need to be social regardless of what the days and the times are going to be, no matter what the technology is. Because when you start losing that ability to socialize, it's gonna be a weird world. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like that's the direction that we're moving into. You know, it's like pseudo social interactions. You know, even like this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even in the same freaking city, the same building, the same state, nothing. But you know, it's working because
right.
we gel together and we're making it work. But 20 years ago, we wouldn't have imagined this.
Right.
And I feel like, of course, with anything, there's like a bad side to it.
Right.
But I feel like as technology advances, so is our way of thinking. So is what things are possible. You know, like imagine MelBee's tea, like virtual reality. Like people could like literally have us in their living room and we're like, you know, having our show. So it's like, of course, there's always going to be bad things, but I feel like that's what happens with the future. Like things change, you know, things evolve. It's all about evolution. It's all about change. Like
I agree.
I'm a tourist. I don't like change, but I will say that I like, you know,
convenience.
And I like things to be enhanced a little bit. I like outside of the box. You know, and our kids they're gonna be the ones to have that brain power to like think outside the box, only because their brains are moving a lot quicker because they gotta keep up with the technology. You know, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna be the innovative people that are gonna push us to the next level. You know, so we kind of need things to keep the pace. We need the internet speed fast. We need minds thinking quicker. We need people thinking quicker. And sometimes that happens when you're not like distracted by a group of people and like socializing and having fun. Like sometimes you need to be by yourself and like thinking.
Yeah. And I think, you know, and I believe that too, because it's just a balance in the universe, because regardless of what we do, there's always going to be people that's going to be kind of old school with socializing, and there's going to be people that's going to be into the future and be virtual. So, you know, and balance of the universe can be seen everywhere and anywhere. So it doesn't matter. I don't think it's going to ever just overtake it to a point where it's going to be totally bad or totally good. It's just a matter of your perspective.
I agree.
But I think today was a pretty good topic. We hit on a lot of good points, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people needed to hear that. And once you, as the people that are on and our guests and our friends, once you take a look at yourself and see what things have changed with you with the new instant microwave culture. Do you see yourself doing things you normally wouldn't do, or do you feel yourself being more impatient in certain things? I think that's the key thing. You just got to do a self-check and then see if you need to make some changes and get back to that old school. Put that food in the oven and not in the microwave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know I'm all about the food.
Right. So it got words of affirmation. And my affirmation, I'll set it off real quick, is exactly what I just said. Take a look at yourself. See if you're becoming a little more impatient and try to make yourself a little bit better. Be more tolerant of other people's opinions and ideas, because that's what makes the world so great, because everybody thinks differently and not the same, like communists. And there we go.
Well, that, speaking of communism, don't get political, because
I know.
No, I'm not. I know.
I seen that sparkle in your eye, B. You ready?
Did you say communism? Did you say politics? Yeah. I like that affirmation. My affirmation is to slow down and take the time. Instant gratification can sometimes lead to quick decisions that are not thought through. So just take your time with things and have patience, and then smell the flowers while you're still alive. Live, be social, and just enjoy each other's time, because we don't have a lot of time left on this earth. And that's my affirmation. Be patient.
Yeah.
That's how y'all So my affirmation is kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, and in the process of being kind to yourself, you'll be easier in yourself and not compare yourself to others. Don't try to implement instant gratification when it comes to your goals. Like, goals take grind, goals take focus, goals take time, and just be gentle with yourself and don't give yourself such a hard time. I'm talking to myself because I'm so hard on myself. And I know it's a lot of other people that can identify with that. So that's my message to them. Like, just be kind to you.
Yes. It's definitely a Scorpio thing, Edmond. But yeah, shout out.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus, though.
He's a Taurus. But
Joe's a cat. He's a
Capricorn.
Capricorn, Joe, Scorpio, B, and Mel is
Taurus.
Whatever's right here.
Yeah, that we got it.
But yes, thank you everyone that joined, and a special shout out to Edmund Gary, who has a credit repair website, a credit repair business. So definitely check him out. He has a show tomorrow morning on Facebook Live at 8 a.m. It's all about your credit. Get that shit straight before 2021 rolls in, and you still walking around with a 500 credit score. We need to get our credit up. It's more important than dollars. As you can see, money means nothing right now in this economy. It's all about your credit. So check Edmund out because he got the credit repair that you need in your life.
Yes, and we will, at the end of the video, for people that's watching later after the live ends, we will put links in the description with the link to his actual live, where you can click on it tomorrow, set the alarm. You can look him up on his personal page. Sorry, y'all, look, empty, so the word is slurred.
So it's time to go when you come.
Go, baby.
Every Sunday.
Yep.
Hit up admin for the credit repair and the credit education, because even if you feel like your credit is not that bad, it's certain things that I felt like I already knew about credit, and I watched his videos and I was like, wow, okay, like that's interesting. I didn't know that. So definitely it's all about education, y'all. And you don't have to go to school. Like, I mean, you don't have to go to school, kids, but you don't have to like spend thousands of dollars when there's so much information online. Instant gratification.
Click up a button. Go ahead, Joe.
And free information like YouTube University, baby. Woo, it's free.
Yeah, we're big on that. I think he's a fan of it. But yes, this podcast was sponsored by Edmund Gary, Credit Repair. We're here every Sunday. Thank you, Edmund. Sometimes we running on CP time. For those that don't know, that's color people time. So we be running a little late sometimes, but we're still here for it. And you can watch all of our playbacks, share, like, subscribe on YouTube, MelBee and a Cup of Joe. Cash app us, whatever you want, $1, $2, $5,000, whatever you want. Just donate to keep our show going. You definitely have to put out
MelBee Joe. MelBee Joe. Cash app. $ MelBee Joe.
Yeah, we have to keep this program running. It costs dollars. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will be seeing you guys soon. Yes, and with us for promotions, we promote. So love everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.